Hey, this is Polar B, and I just wanted to respond, do a video response to a question that Mainly Butch had for me. She wanted to know how you stay in a relationship with the same woman for 27 years and what's our secret. Well, I'll tell you, for Lovie and I, we've been in a relationship for, November will be exactly 27 years, and it's been some great years. And we hope to have many, many more. You know, when I got in a relationship with somebody, it was for life. This is a video about that. Anyway, one of the keys is, I really wanted to say, hot smoking, sultry sex. I'm just kidding. No. It really does help, but that's not the main focus of the relationship. No, I'll tell you what the key is to the relationship, and that is communication, communication, communication. I can't say it enough. That is one of the things that if Lovie and I are feeling a little bit disconnected, and we're feeling sad, or we're feeling down, and one of us is kind of withdrawn a little bit back, the other one picks that up, I mean, just like that, and we sit down and we talk about it. You know, that's one of the things that we've always said in our relationship, that we will sit down and talk about things and share our feelings, share our hopes, share our dreams with one another. I think when you commit to a relationship and you communicate with each other, you know, not about just the surface stuff, but about the deeper level stuff, I think that that is actually what bonds you and draws you closer together as a couple. And for us, it's been vital. One of the rules that we have in our house is never go to bed angry. Try to never ever do that, and never go storming out of the house in the middle of an argument. You know, if you have to have a little bit of space, because you are in a heated argument with one another, you know, give each other a little bit of space, but don't go storming off and leave the house, you know, and just, you know, think that that's okay. I think that it's okay if you have space, you know, go to your separate rooms or whatever, you know, and when you can sit down and have a discussion with each other in a reasonable manner, when it's not so heated and the emotions and the intensity of it is not running so high, then, you know, you come back and you sit and you work things out. It's also good, I mean, be respectful of one another. You're not going to agree on everything, and you know what? You don't have to. It is okay to disagree with each other, but you can also be respectful of each other as well. And that was one of my other key points, was be respectful of each other's feelings. Meaning when you are in a argument, don't resort to calling each other derogatory names. You know what? It takes a really long time sometimes for people to build up trust between each other, and it can only take seconds to destroy it. So why resort to derogatory terms, you know, and name calling and all of that stuff? You know, be respectful of each other. You know, when you know, you are in a committed relationship, you want to honor and cherish that person, you know, not tear them down with comments and stuff like that. So, you know, play fair when you're in arguments. One of the rules, it's not like a rule, but it's just something that we have committed to doing for each other. We never leave the house without saying I love you and giving each other a hug and a kiss. It's just our thing. It works for us. I would feel terrible if I left for the day and didn't have that last I love you, and, you know, say how you're feeling to each other. You never know. Life can change in a split second. And for me, you have to cherish absolutely every second that you are given with that someone special. So that's one of the things that's really important to me and to Lovey as well. We always make it a point to say I love you. Sometimes she calls me during the day when I'm at work just to say, hey, I love you. That feels so good, to have a partner like that that is committed to you, and I leave messages for her too. I think that in a relationship you have to have an equal partnership. If you have one partner that's going to be extremely dominant and controlling in the relationship, you know what, that relationship is not going to work very long. At least it wouldn't for me. So I think that it's important to have an equal partnership in the relationship, and that means that you guys make a 50-50 decision. Each person gives their opinion about decisions that are made in the relationship, anything to do with money, housing, children, your automobiles, all the big decisions, stuff like that. You make those decisions together. You sit down and talk about them. And that's why I said communication, communication, communication. Another thing, get rid of the petty crap. Who the frick needs jealousy in a relationship? Jealousy and nitpicking with one another, it serves no purpose, and it only creates issues. If you are somebody who is extremely jealous of somebody, that's probably more to do with your own insecurities than it is to do with that person. And for God's sakes, if you don't have trust in a relationship, you probably shouldn't be in a relationship. And that's the God's honest truth. You have to have a trusting relationship in order to have those deep bonds with somebody. If somebody is admiring your partner, don't take that as a threat. Take it as a compliment. There's been many times that, somebody has said, they've looked at Lovey and they're admiring her, and I know that they're probably flirting with her or whatever. I'm not going to go and get all hot-headed about it, because, you know what, I take that as a compliment. I am secure that Lovey is in the relationship with me. She's committed to me. We're committed to one another. And I have full trust in her. It doesn't matter what other people are doing, because I have trust in her. And she has trust in me. And that is one of the things that's very important. I think that trust is important in a relationship. Another thing that we do is we give each other space and room to grow. Each person in a relationship needs to have their own interests and their own time and space. I think that that's important. When we first got together, we were stuck together like glue, just because we wanted to be. We couldn't get enough of each other, But over time, I think that we both needed to have a little bit of our own space. You can still have your own interest and things like that you do, and share that with one another. Maybe one person doesn't like something that the other person is interested in. Like, I can't stand football and sports. I can't stand it. I have no freaking interest in it whatsoever. So if Lovey wants to go and watch TV and holler for her sports teams and whatever, I let her have that time. I might be down in the basement doing artwork or reading. So we have our own spaces where we give each other that space. Or, I might go out to lunch with some friends, and, she's perfectly okay with that. And, it's okay, vice versa. If she wanted to go, join a gardening club or something like that, I would be more than supportive of that. So I think that that's good. Give yourself time to do that. Encourage and support one another always. Positive encouragement feels really good when somebody gives it to you, and I love and care about my partner enough that I'm going to give her that support and encouragement too. It really shows the other person that you care about them, and if you are a person or whatever that is, giving disparaging comments to your partner, that's not honoring them very well. And you know what? That only serves to break down their self-esteem. Why would you do that to somebody that you love? So I don't play games like that, and we don't play games like that. We support each other and we love each other, and it's a committed relationship. It's one of the things, it's why our relationship has lasted so long, and I think that that's important. You want to try new and fun things together. Have fun. Let yourself be kids together. There is nothing more fun than going out and trying something new, exciting. Whether it's rock climbing, something adventurous, whether it's zip lining, or just something new and fun. Maybe you've never done ceramics or something, or you have an interest to do something like that. Go and do that stuff together and have fun. Maybe it's get a kiddie pool and run around in the sprinklers. Just keep it fun. Surprise each other with stuff like that. That is really good. I think that it is really good, and it keeps the excitement and the adventure in a relationship. And I think that if you make time to play hard, that you can enjoy it together. And that is one of the good things to do. I think it also deepens your relationship together as a couple. Laughter and laughter and laughter is so important, and it's a major thing in our relationship. I don't think that there is a day that goes by that we don't laugh. Be silly with one another, because that's the fun in a relationship. They say laughter is the best medicine, and I think it is. It also just helps. It's just the best feeling in the world. Sometimes we lay across the bed and just sit and look at each other and bust out laughing, over nothing. And it is so much fun. Or we'll sit in a restaurant and we'll be eating dinner and be serious, and everything, and think of something, and usually all it takes is a look. And both of us are rolling, like tears running down our cheeks, laughing and just having fun. And just doing stuff like that. Sometimes I'm at work and I'll bust out laughing because I have thought of something that Lovie did that made me laugh. That is just, it brings a smile to my face. I leave silly messages for her on the answering machine, and she saves them. So sometimes when I'm not home and she, is having a down day or whatever, she'll listen and play those messages. And they're a riot. There is not a lack of laughter in our house, that's for sure. The last thing of all, and not the last, it shouldn't be last on the list, but, show your love to one another. Keep the romance alive. Do special things for your partner or your loved one. Send them little love notes, buy them flowers, take them out on a date. Lovie and I have been together for going on 27 years, but we still have date nights. I think that that's really cool, and I think that that's fun. We'll go out to a movie, and we'll go out to dinner, and we'll act like we are just dating, how it was when we were dating back 27 years ago. Or we'll say, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't let you. Maybe you'll kiss me, maybe you won't. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. Do stuff like that, Give her a silly card for no reason at all, just because you love her and you want to see her smile. Never fail to show your loved one how much they mean to you and how much you love them. Life is short, so don't waste 1 second of it. And I hope you've enjoyed my answers to the question, and that was a great question, Mainly Bush, so thanks for asking. And see you guys later. Bear hugs.